Alright, so here we go with the maximum distance test of the Holystone HS700D. I got an all-in-one VTX mounted to the top, and that is the AKK-A3 being powered by a single cell battery, just double-sided to the belly of the quadcopter. I'm going to be sitting right here. I'm going to be wearing my Headplay SE goggles, my trusty FPV goggles, and I got my Fatshark. That's going to be recording as well, just for a backup. And I'm going to retest the RD200 because last time I tested it out up against the EV800DM, I think I was on a sister channel. So I'm going to check that out one more time. I'm going to take on from that landing pad and I'm going to go as far as I can to the inside of this valley here. I'm at the Desert Flats location. This is where I do all of my long range testing because there's nothing around here except some houses on that side there. So we're going to check out how far the Holystone HS700D can go. So let's get to it. All right, so here we go. Arming the motors and let's go and check it out. Another beautiful day here in paradise. So pitching forward and climbing at the same time. And I'm gonna see how high I am. Okay, we're about 80 meters, 85 meters in height. And we got 16 satellites locked in, 127 meters in distance. So let's go ahead and push it out at this altitude. So the altitude is 90 meters. So that's a good altitude to be testing out the range. So pitching forward and hopefully everything is recording here. Yep. Everything's recording. So far looking pretty good. Let's see how far it is. 360 meters and 420 meters. So far so good. Let me veer to the left because there's a road over here. Just in case I have to go retrieve it or something like that, I have a road to be driving on instead of just a desert floor. So veering left a little bit here. I got a little bit of snow. There, I got it back. And I think we have gone beyond the bifurcation over there of the road. So I'm gonna straighten out. Oh, there's a little kickback. I'm raising my arm above my head with the remote control. There's the road right below me there. So going forward, still going. I got a lot of snow and it is showing no signal, but look at that. I got signal back and I'm still pushing it. Here, I'm gonna stand up now so I can get a little bit higher ground here. No signal, beeping, kicking back. Let's see how far. 999. So it's not going to register beyond that. There's a bifurcation, that roundabout, turnabout. So we're going to head towards it. And I'm losing video, but I'm still going. And I got video back. I'm cupping my hand over the antenna on my Headplay goggles like a little, parabolic dish. Yeah. There we go. It does work. So if my hand was aluminum foiled, it would even work better. But there we go. I still got video and I'm continuing to push it. My hand is over my head. And hopefully we reach the end of the valley there where the road ends. Man, this thing's got nice distance. Yeah. Very nice. I still got video. And it is starting to kick back. And I'm still pitching forward, but now it is not responding. It is making its way back. And that is the beeping, continuous beeping. That is the fail-safe return to home. Yeah, and I see the return to home icon displayed on the LCD screen. And I don't see any signal bars. Oh, I got signal bars back. But it is making its way back. All right, so that is the maximum distance. So we went pretty far, and I do still have yaw control, so I'm gonna slow rotate and face me and head back. All right, so very nice distance on this quadcopter. It is still registering in at $9.99, and we are at 88 meters in height. So it is still $9.99, and I got solid signal bars here. Now it is starting to shrink down, 950, 920. So we went pretty far. Very, very nice distance on this quadcopter, just like any other MJX products. And this is a rebranded MJX Bugs 3 Pro, and it's got the distance, guys. So carefree flying. It'll return to home once it is out of range, hits that fail-safe return to home, and it is heading its way back. Nice. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit the smart return to home button, and it gets me out, and I got complete control of the quadcopter. Nice. Very nice. So I'm going to just do some cruising around, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off GPS position hold. Or was I off already? Okay, let me let go of my sticks. I think GPS is turned off, yeah. Well, it's on. Let me turn it the other way and let go of the sticks. Okay, I'm kind of confused as to which side you turn it on. I believe it is off, so let's go ahead and bring it down. Oh yeah, I think it's off. It is flying a little bit smoother. Beautiful day here. So slowly descending. That was awesome. So it went way beyond 1,000 meters, and I think very close to 2,000 meters. So I'll go home and plot the points on Google Maps to see where it started kicking back, approximate location, and find out exactly how far we went. Very nice quadcopter, guys. And I believe this is only available on Amazon, and it is Prime. So you'll get it in like a couple of days. And that's the benefit of buying stuff on Amazon. You can also return it. There we go. I'm sitting right over here next to the car, away from the car, so the car doesn't have any interference with the signal. There you go. Just an awesome quadcopter. Let me see if I can go and make my way towards the Joshua trees over here. This thing flies really smooth, and hopefully it's taking some good videos. There you go. There's the first Joshua tree. I feel like I'm flying a FPV racer almost. There you go. First Joshua tree. And there's the other one right there. There's only 2 Joshua trees here. I'm getting a little snow on my video. Hopefully the RD200 is doing better than the last time. And the Fatsharks, I just got it as a backup. Alright, head back. Pretty long flight time. We haven't hit the first phase of low voltage return to home yet. I still got 3 bars remaining on the battery life indicator, and there we go. Very nice. Carefree flying. Because I know once the battery gets down low to 2 bars remaining, it will initiate a return to home. Very nice. If I'm away more than 100 meters, and if I'm more than 30 meters in altitude. So very nice. Recently rained over here, so we got some water collected here. You really don't want to fly over water, but there's no problems. This thing's got return to home. It's not going to just drop, so no fear. Carefree flying. Now I can check out all the little deposits of water here. Very nice. Beautiful day. And I know some of you guys might be asking, why are you using the all-in-one VTX mounted to the top of the quadcopter? Well, it's because it gets a lot of range, as you saw here. I got video all the way towards the end until it started to kick back and return to home. Whereas the Wi-Fi video, the 5G Wi-Fi video that comes with this thing, the FPV video feed, only goes up to about 300 meters. And then you get breakups in and out, and you're lucky if you can go up to about 500 meters. And it all depends on what kind of device you are using as well. So maybe perhaps on my next video of this quadcopter, we'll do the phone app controls, like the waypoints, the circle me, and the follow me features of this quadcopter. Some of you might want to see that kind of stuff here. I'm doing a manual circle me. Yeah, very nice quadcopter. And very long flight time. But it takes a very long time to charge up this battery. Yeah, super long. Yesterday, I had it charging for close to what must have been 6 hours. Yeah, because I started it up at about 12 noon, and I took a look at it at about 5 p.m. The thing was still charging. The green light was still blinking. And then a little after 6 p.m. when I went to go check it, it had solid green lights. So it took roughly about 6 hours to charge. Oh, I feel a little bit of a disconnect here. So I believe we are in phase 1 of low voltage return to home. Yeah, I think so. Let's see what it is doing. Okay. 30 meters, and the distance is closing down. 200, 190, 180. So I see 2 bars remaining on the battery life indicator. So it is making its way back home, and at which time it will come right above the takeoff, the home point, and hover there. And I can go ahead and hit the smart return to home button, and I think I can retake control, huh? There you go. I have regained control of the quadcopter. So you can still fly about within the 30 meter in altitude and 100 meter in distance, which is a nice safety feature of this quadcopter. Before, it used to be 100 meter in altitude and 300 meter in distance, but when the second critical phase of the low voltage return to home kicks in, that 300 meters might be a little bit too far, perhaps, maybe. So I think they made it safer and shortened the distance, so the battery has no problem. And I think it had an issue where the quadcopter, when it's coming down in altitude to land itself in the fail-safe return to home, or the second phase of low voltage return to home, the battery level is pretty low. So sometimes what it did, the MJX Bugs 3 Pro, what it did was it came down too fast and it kind of bounced off the ground a little bit. So that wasn't very desirable. You could actually damage your quadcopter. I think that's what they are trying to prevent. So you come in and land your quadcopter earlier before the battery depletes itself more. So they made that geofencing distance, a little shorter. So the quadcopter will land with enough battery power to prevent itself from bouncing off the ground. So I'm just flying around here, and I think that is just about it. This was a distance test, not a low voltage return to home test, but there you go. Very nice quadcopter. The Holystone has improved on the MJX Bugs 3 Pro twice now with a newer design, and now with a better camera, and modified the software a little bit so it'll land with enough power in the second phase of low voltage return to home. So I'm going to go ahead and land this thing. There you go. GPS position lock. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that 1 key to land, and it is coming down. I'm using a 350 milliamp battery to power up the all-in-one VTX, and check it out. Nice length of flight time, huh? With the 350 milliamp battery. I was going to use a bigger battery just to make sure I don't run out of video, but it is also heavier, and this is a lot lighter. There you go. Lands itself and the motors turn off. Alright guys, that'll conclude our distance test of the Holystone HS700D. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time. I'm waving my hand here. Woohoo!